Okay, we begin our little meditation. Ensure you're comfortable. You have your cushions, cozy in your environment. Let these first few breaths bring you into the body with your attention. Try to give that kind, full attention to the practice. The only objective is to understand, to see what's here in this moment. What can I see, hear, feel, think, experience about myself? Notice the contours and shape of the lowest half of the body. Does it feel balanced? Notice what effects come in when we place the attention down into the legs and the lowest part of the torso. Accessing the first chakra of Muladhara, root. It's red. Primal. It's security. Roots is such a great word, such a great symbol. It's used in all the Upanishads and the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavan says the Ashwatthana tree, the roots are based upwards in awareness. Its branches, trees, foliage, leaves are growing downwards into the world of men, women, samsara, experience. We can be rooted in so many things. The truth is, we are rooted in awareness, in truth. Naturally, we believe we're rooted in other things. What we call avidya, or maya, or ignorance. These are things that are insubstantial to be rooted to. Always we want to be rooted in knowledge. And the practice helps us through the process of discrimination, negation. We use the body, mind, senses as our symbols. Notice any other sensations. And this growing upward. Chest, neck, the face, the head. As we know, in these higher chakras, heart, throat, third eye crown. These are your physical and subtle channels to really comprehend. Through nature, your connection you never were not connected to your divine essence. Last few moments of the meditation, you just know that the tools are here to be in this world, not of it. With all these right knowledge, with these guidance of wisdom, you get to enjoy life. And at the same time realize your innate wholeness, freedom. Any hand gesture that feels good for you right now. Loka samasta sukhe no bhavantu. Well wishes for all peace, bliss, freedom. Genuinely include oneself in that prayer. Samasta. All. Okay. Taking off the little socks. You were cross-legged there. Of course, the tendency is, I know for myself, right in front of left in Sukhasana. Let's change it. Whatever you were sitting in before, and try to cross at the shins. Try to have, like the knees somewhere over the ankles. Feel that little crisscross shape in the feet. Bring your fingers outside. Touch them down that you can feel a stretch inside the arms. You start to climb up vertebra by vertebra from your tailbone. You'll feel maybe a little incongruencies in the spine or in the shoulders. As you start to lengthen deep in the breath. Now we'll relax the left ear to the left shoulder. Just notice the right side staying nice and extended. And keep relaxing your left shoulder. Maybe little nods of the head. Or little sways as if to say, no, no, thank you. And feel the nice plugging in of your right fingertips. Take a breath and reach left arm out to the side. Up and overhead as you clasp the whole right side of the neck, back of the head, maybe around the ears, temple. Give yourself that therapeutic touch. And go ahead and give the head a gentle press into the hand. You might even feel the left side body or left portion of the chest opening out. And help your head to neutral. Release the left hand. Grow a little tall again through the spine. And then relax right ear to right shoulder. And take a moment, because often we do funny things with the hands or the arms as we start to move the extremities from the center. You might just lift the chin up and down. Notice if your head tilts forward or tends to go back. How can we propriocept front body, back body, side body? Really feel every fingertip left side. And then take a breath and reach right arm all the way out. Up and overhead as we clasp here. And find the fingers to the skin where you might need it. And we all have different arm proportions and head, neck proportions. So just trusting that you know where to go. Give your head a relaxing kind of press into your hand. Soften your legs, soften the lower belly. And we'll release the head here. And the arms. We'll take both hands up onto the chest and give them a little kind of pressing out and down. Let your elbows go heavy. Watch if you tilt forwards or back. I know I tend to lean back because I've tightness in the chest. So you scoop your elbows in, you almost find your spine getting a little straighter. And then my hands are crossing here, so they're coming more into center. In the next breath, we're going to lift the chin, but keep the mouth really soft. Your lower jaw might stay a little open. We'll lift the gaze. Go slow. Once you've had enough, come back and bring the chin in towards your hands. Perhaps two more of those. You're being aware that the shoulders and the elbows, arms are heavy. As we lift up, the mouth stays a little open, soft lower jaw. Wow. And the last one, feel the belly, the legs. soft eyes. Feel free to relax then, hands on the legs, taking your time once you've finished that. And keep the elbows heavy. Keep feeling into the chest and thoracic spine. Just allow your head to move a little side to side, small rolls of the neck. Or maybe this little slight tilting action. See what wants to happen. This combination of how we've started. But the trick in yoga is having always a little check in with whole body awareness. Even though we're isolating, the truth is you can never fully isolate. We know that because we're saying it's not two. There's no separation. Let's bring the arms out. Elbows face, or the hands are kind of facing each other, but we want relatively long forearms. I know I have a tendency to kind of clink at the wrists. And we'll draw the forearms back, go slow, and really experience this skin dragging on the chest and where we have to move around the tension. And then bring them forward. And you might rock back here on your sitting bones and pull the belly up and in. And keep going. As if you're kind of journeying through the, it's almost like kind of a soft clay sand. And the goal is to get the fascia to the honey stage. And if you're feeling like that in this moment, that's wonderful. Next time we bring the arms back, release the forearms and take the forearms behind. Keep reaching, straightening the arms. In that reach first, maybe circle the wrist back behind you. It's like we want to get really straight arms back behind the body. Feel the biceps lengthening. Then we interlace, fingers, squeezing. Begin to hook the knuckles over onto the right side waist, and you'll notice your right elbow sticks out. We'll get really tall through the front body. Hook the shoulder in and then scoop the elbow back. You might even do a little shoulder roll there. And you feel the bones kind of working into the joint and going around. There's so many little specific muscles there to help this very well, it's a complicated joint, the shoulder. Once you're kind of tucked in and you feel you're tucked in sufficiently for the moment, find your scapula and the chest, feel the sideways coming together, get tall through the crown of the head. And then chin rounds forward. And we take the left ear to the left shoulder. And really squeeze right elbow back. Go steady. And you might move the head here. Watch how the left shoulder wants to creep up as well. We can release the arms. Let's take a circle of the arms up overhead. So on your next inhale, free up the prana, find some fresh energy above you. Draw the hands down to your heart space. Hands reach back behind. We interlace the fingers. Maybe then switch to the non-dominant interlace and scoop them onto the left side waist. And notice you maybe have a bit of imbalance in the body. Can we really scoop the left shoulder in, give it a little roll, and then try to take the elbow back, but staying square as we can through the belly chest, finding a big squeeze in the fingers. Watch what happens in the right shoulder. Find the back body, the front body, get tall through the top of the head, and then roll the chin in. Take the right ear to the right shoulder. Try to steady up through the spine, ribs, the hips. And feel free to explore your body in space. Oh, nice. When we release the hands, oh, take the arms out wide beside. Feel the fresh energy out from inside you. This time when the hands come up overhead, let the palms face down and then guide. Fresh energy through the crown of the head, over the face, heart space. And just feel that gather. Navel, pubic bone, the space in between. We'll release and come onto all fours. And greet your hands. How are the knuckles? How are the little bones of the wrist, these carpal bones? How can we ensure that the carpal bones are stacking just under that clavicle process there? You're in that sort of a chromium process. So take a moment to feel the toes, feel the whole body and the shape. What do you need to do straight away? Is it a little shifting forwards and back with very long spine? Start to integrate a different orientation to gravity. Getting as strong and sturdy as you can through the belly, chest, gaze slightly forward. Hover your right knee off the ground. But really scoop in through the left side first. So the outer left hip is coming in. You've got some space in the front of your left hip. So start to circle in the right knee. How can we send the biceps forward, even as we're slowly moving in the right leg? You might like to add up the knee out to the side. Open your inner thigh, but keep the core support. And now tuck your left knee behind, or the right knee behind your left. And I like to tuck the toes and even lift the knees here. As we come into this Gomukhasana leg shape, you can sit back. Knees are stacked. This is always nice for the hips, for the pelvis. You can move your feet even further forward if that feels good. Arms come out wide. This time the hands are down. Feel that shape as you stretch arms straight out. Palms down, deepening your breath. As you take your arms forward, it's the right goes over your left. And then bend your elbows as we find these Garudasana arms, these divine, mythical eagle arms. And feel what's happening for the body. Breathing, activating the legs. Feel that deep squeeze from Mula Bandha. And when you're ready, come forward somewhere over your legs. For some people, the elbows hook on the legs or they go even further forward. Everything depends on maybe the body in this moment or the shape of the body. Feel a lovely stretch, backside, legs, wherever you're feeling it. And slowly rise up. As we let go of the arms, we take the hands forward, have to lift the seat and come back into the tabletop. And we might like a down dog or you might like a child's pose. My temptation is to even take down dog on the fingertips, but whatever is calling to you, how your arms need to be. These are our little in-between kind of reset cleansers. Oh. And then we come back down the tabletop. And you find your nice sturdy 4-point base. And it's really not as simple as we just think. We really want to try to feel what is happening. Where are we imbalanced? And as we hover the left knee, really suck up your right femur bone, make that space there in your hip socket. You want to be so meticulous. You want to be so curious as how you can create some great shapes with your bones. Heighten your attention, heighten your senses to really feel the benefits of the yoga. Without judgment. We know what we've maybe got going on, where we have weak areas. Maybe lift the knee just out to the side like a little half frog, add up. Now right knee behind the left, tuck it in. Find your toes, lift the knees a few times. A nice kind of crisscross shape. And then you sit back. And squeeze in this lovely Gomukhasana shape in the legs, cow face legs, and arms go out. And whole body, the spine, where's the tightness? Front, back, sides. Now left arm on top of the right. That reach. And we bend into it here. Take a moment. You can maybe relax the elbows down or send them a little forward. And then as you kind of lift up out of your pelvis. Journey forwards over your legs. Squeeze your outer hips to center. Wherever the legs go, somewhere in front, on the legs, outside the legs. And hopefully you're just enjoying, feeling, breathing, creating space, releasing tension. And we rise up. We unravel the arms, beautiful. And make our way onto the hands, on the twisting in the legs. Let's take the wide knee child's pose. When you come onto right fingertips, left arm goes out to the side like a little airplane arm. So you find this broadening across the chest. And then scoop your left arm underneath you. So we're going into twisted child's pose. And the hand is up. And we try to navigate how we can get as deep into that space in between the shoulder blades as we can. And a nice little trick here also is you can be on your left temple, or you could come to the center third eye point in the head as well. And you alternate and be curious how you can move, stretch your limbs, including your pelvis. Maybe get a bit heavier on that left arm. And one more option is to bring your right hand onto your left hand. Perhaps interlace your fingers there again. And use your right hand to squeeze down into the left. Maybe traction deeper into the left scapula. Right hand comes back forward. Use the hand to come up in between sides, maybe a downward facing dog. Or just neutral child's pose. You get a sense of the bones of your feet if you're in down dog. Not working directly into the legs or the practice. So sometimes what's nice is flipping onto the tops of your feet, working your toes. Give yourself a little ankle stretch there, or a big toe stretch. It might only be doable if your mat is soft enough. Come back down. Open the knees. Glide back to the wide knee child's pose. You're on your left fingertips, but we take this right arm first, kind of outside of the wing. And then flip the palm and wrap it underneath. And make this one of my favorite shapes. It's twisted child's pose. You can play with the balance. Kind of seesawing your pelvis back. You can even look down onto your mat with the head. You can explore bringing left hand to the right hand, maybe taking your right shoulder even further underneath you. slowly release. And climb up onto your heels, bringing the knees in front. Take a little shoulder roll. Check in, how's the spine, the shoulders, head, neck. And you can come and sit on the sitting bones. Roll down onto the back body. And there might be something that you feel is relevant for your body or practice in terms of a shape right now. And called for some kind of opening. I'm going to take a bridge. Almost scooping upper arm bones in. Puffing up a little through the chest. Important that you can feel your occipital ridge in the back of the head. Chin folding in, nice firm feet prints. And really sending the tailbone to the pubic bone. So really getting that tailbone to lift it up, tuck it up. You're joining me in bridge. Make sure your arms are once again rooted up into the shoulder joints. Flatten your arms or interlace the hands. Lots of nice interlaces today. Whenever you come out of whatever you're in, bridge, you might like to reach your arms back behind you. Any little movements that you need to make before you rest. For Shavasana, you might need warm clothes, a little blanket, something for the head or the eyes or the feet. This week, verses coming to us are from chapter 16 of the Bhagavad Gita, the two dispositions. As yogis, jnanis, devotees, we're going for that one of sattva, clarity, truth, as opposed to the rajasic, tamasic, desire and fear oriented pursuits. Cultivate a sattvic mind by being fearless, pure-minded, steadfast, generous and self-controlled. Realize the truth of the scriptures. Perform rituals to purify the mind. Be disciplined, unattached to objects, and keep your every thought, word, and deed in alignment with truth. The Sattvic person harms no one, for she has compassion for all living beings, is resolved of anger, gentle, kind, truthful, modest, tranquil, and free of anger, craving, and agitation. Intelligent, composed, courageous, clean, and devoid of all thoughts of malice and exaggerated self-opinion. Such a soul has cultivated the very qualities of the gods. And so I leave you here in this sacred way, the end of our little morning adventure. You might be watching, maybe from this recording, into my dear sisters live, beautiful Gabby, beautiful Hannah. So much love, blessings, Om, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.